Why are men in such crisis? I mean, the stats are like only 40% go to college. So they're losing out to women there in a big way. And women with degrees don't marry men who don't have degrees. So... Great, you'll be lonely forever, aren't you? Why are you cheering that? That's not...
We have a crisis among young men, and it starts at a young age. Young men are twice as likely on a behavior-adjusted basis to be suspended. 7 in 10 high school valedictorians are women. For every two female graduates from college in the next 5 years, you only have one. The scariest stat, walking down the avenue that is America, only 1 in 3 men under the age of 30 have had sex in the last year. And you hear sex and your brain fires, but the bottom line is, it's a key step to the elemental foundation of any society, and that is relationships. Young men aren't attaching to work, they aren't attaching to women, they aren't attaching to schools. Mating has been consolidated in the worst way. 50 men on Tinder, 50 women. 46 of the women show all of their attention to just 4 men, leaving 46 men pursuing just 4 women. If mating was a country, it would be more unequal than Venezuela. We have huge mating inequality, and here's the problem. When people don't get together and there's no pheromones and there's no vibe, women, and we don't like to say this on the left, primarily try and make very quick assumptions about this individual's ability to garner resources in the future. So what you have is this concentration of interest, and you're ending up with Porsche polygamy, where 10% of the men get 90% of the attention, which does not lead to good behavior or form long-term relationships. Online dating is disastrous for mating and for men. It's terrible.
Okay. That was a recent clip from Bill Maher on HBO. Really cool show. Going to open it up to the panel. Your guys' reaction to that. I know there were a lot of talking points there, but your take, Natasha.
I think it is true that masculinity is in crisis. I see that, men are becoming they're becoming less, I don't know how to explain it. They're losing their drive for things. They're losing their drive to pursue women. They're losing their drive to achieve goals and go out into the world and be things. And they're consuming, bad food. They're consuming porn. It's just things that aren't contributing to their growth. And I think, I don't know, we're in an era of, girls want all the power and all that stuff. I don't know if that intimidates men. I don't know if that's a contributor to this, but I think we are, men are becoming more feminine and becoming, they're slacking. We need to kick it up a notch.
Kirkland Andrew Tate, the guy that we reacted to. That's funny. Go ahead.
Honestly, I really don't give a rat's ass. If the male species is depleting, okay.
What?
You guys have had your time to shine. If you guys want to get better, you guys can do that yourselves, but I'm not going to get you out of the slump. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just I don't really care. That's on you guys. If you guys aren't working or not going to college, then I don't know how to fix that. I am. So I don't know why you aren't.
What do you think of men?
I love men, I love...
But didn't you just say you didn't care if all the men diminished?
Yeah, no, I don't. It doesn't affect me.
Do you have a brother?
No. I have a dad, though.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really care. I just don't care about guys. You guys aren't really here for me, so.
What do you mean by that?
I don't really need
Into the microphone.
So sorry. I don't really need a guy to I don't need a guy in my life. It's fun if I have one, but if I'm not going to try and make you guys better, you guys can do that on yourselves. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It's kind of like what Cher said, if that makes any sense. It's I love men. I think men are the coolest, but I don't need them to survive.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
I love men.
I have to come in on this. You do actually need men to survive. And here's why. Everything that you see around you was built and created and maintained by men. Okay. Everything. The infrastructure in this country, in every single country in the world, is built, created, and maintained by good, honest, hardworking men that just want to provide for their family.
Okay.
Everything, the roads you drive on, the buildings you live in, the restaurant, everything.
The dirty work.
If all men were to disappear, it would be chaos.
Yeah,
That would be
think
really
that's what she's saying.
interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't think that all men should die. I don't think that women are better than men. I don't think that like any of that. I think men are great. It's just I don't have to fight for your guys' struggles.
Well,
You know what I
I
mean?
think Lulu means too is like, I mean, in this present day and age, like, does she need a husband or
Yeah.
boyfriend?
Like,
or
I don't need a
something
man to be
like,
happy.
You can get a job, like, you
Yeah.
can, you
Like, I
can
don't
live
need a
your own
man
life.
to
You
get a
don't
job.
So,
necessary to
well,
have
I have a
man.
comment about that, and I'm just playing devil's advocate as a preface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you don't have to fight for them, right?
Yeah.
But isn't that what feminism is about? Wouldn't you want us pioneering for you guys and on your issues?
I mean, yeah, but you guys have had the upper hand for so many years that now,
Erroneous.
I mean, you have, like, we couldn't vote 100 years ago. And sorry, I don't, give or take 20 years.
It was about 100.
Yeah, it was.
But
It was
like-
you were
19.
right. It was,
1920.
But like,
1920. I can tell you
Sorry,
why
like-
that is.
I don't, why?
Should we pull up the info? I don't know if I want to pull up the infographic. But okay, so
It's just, it's like,
so just on the voting thing really quick. So voting being widely available to the vast majority of the population, whether it be men or women or both, is a very new thing within the past 200, 300 years. Before that, you basically had tyrants and kings that controlled everything.
yeah.
So both men and women throughout the vast majority of history had no voting rights. There was a period from about, I want to say, starting in about 1700s up until the early 1900s, where men had a slight advantage, and that's because of warfare. So the way men got the right to vote before women is men, and still to this day this is the case, men are subject to military conscription. They're subject to the draft. So if there's a war, men are forced to go and die and be in the trenches and get fucking
So
chemical.
are women. Women can get drafted.
Women cannot get drafted.
Yeah, they can.
You think women can get drafted?
I don't know, honestly. But
I don't
like,
think
put me up in
there's-
Vietnam. Like, I don't know.
Women were not drafted in Vietnam.
know.
Okay,
but,
but
like-
the thing is too is like the voting thing, like that. I mean, I feel like I agree with you. I think it was just like something you brought up. Like also like 250 years ago, like if we got married, we're not our own person. We belong to our fathers or our husbands. Our kids belong to our fathers or our husbands, I guess. And then like all our money, well, we don't have money because we're not allowed to work. And then
Yeah.
it's like, and we can't do anything about that because at the time, like we couldn't vote to change those laws. So I think it's.
Yeah, like
Just
my dad taught me to
kinda-
always be self-reliant and to never rely on anyone, and that's what I'm going to do. And so since I am relying on myself, I'm not going to worry about what you guys are doing.
Oh,
Bill Maher
yeah,
clip.
yeah. So do you
Sorry,
want to give
guys.
your reaction to the Bill Maher clip?
I mean, after that debate, I kind of forgot what the Bill Maher clip was. It was just pretty much, I mean, I don't think masculinity is really like completely gone. I mean, some
No, it's not completely gone, but it's
like depleting. Is
yeah.
that what he was? Yeah. Well, I think men can be feminine. I think men can have the right to be feminine. Just like, you know, like Harry Styles, he wore a dress on the cover of, what was it? Was it Vogue?
Yeah.
I think that's perfectly fine. Like, men can do what they
You
want.
date a guy who wears a dress?
I would.
Honestly,
I absolutely would.
yeah. Like, if they wore a dress on like say like a magazine cover,
Stop the
I'd be
Just
fine.
the ordinary
Hold on,
guy.
hold on.
Ordinary
You're-
guy.
Yeah, you're
You wanna-
talking about a guy with status. So
guy with status.
well, if he's on a magazine cover, he must have some degree of status.
And if
But
he just,
an
like,
ordinary
wore a
guy in
dress.
IV, you're going to DP with him, your boyfriend, and he's wearing Del Playa. He's wearing a dress. You're okay with that?
Well, the kind of guys that I go for have a really huge sense of humor, so I think he would definitely wear a dress to be like.
On a regular.
Well, like not as a joke though. Like he just like, yeah, I want to wear a dress just because he wants to. Not as like a gag or like a, oh look at me, I'm funny. Just I want to wear a dress.
Then I'd wear his clothes. If he wore my clothes, I'd wear his clothes. I think it'd be funny. if it's not a gag, that like, I mean, I don't want to like hate on someone for like dressing feminine, but I mean, I don't think masculinity is like completely depleting like 1,000%. I think men just are deciding to be who they want to be, and I think that's fine. I think that's a really good choice. They should be able to be who they want to be, and if that means wearing a dress, and so be it. Go for it.
Blair, would you wear a dress?
I think you would rock a bodycon.
Yeah, I was just about
I don't know
to
what
say
that
it to
is.
you.
Can you explain?
Like a tight fitted dress.
Yeah.
It's like usually short, I would say, right?